Hey, what's up, guys? This is Russell de la Pena, and in this video, I'm going to share with you how to create a sales funnel, a simple one, a couple of pages only, that will allow you to capture leads and even allow you to pre-qualify your leads, even if you are not tech savvy, you're not a web programmer, or especially if you don't want to hire someone, because they'll be using very simple drag and drop software that will allow you to quickly edit a really nice looking automated sales process, also known as a sales funnel, that again will allow people to get to know, like, and trust you, get some information about what you can do for them, and then allow them to, if they're interested, to fill out some kind of a form application. And this specifically works great if you're selling high ticket products or services that you want people to get to know, like, and trust you first before they contact you. That way you're either going to attract them or you're going to repel them. And either of those two is okay, because that will give you your time back, since this automated process will work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So what you can see here on the screen is essentially a software that I use. I'm going to show you a couple different pieces of software that I use. This one here, you don't really need. This is actually one that I like to use when I'm doing really complex sales funnels. But for what we're going to be doing today, I just wanted to use this so I can give you a visual of what you're going to be using or what we're going to be creating today, so you can kind of see the different pages. So I'm just going to do a real quick one here. Let's find, say, the squeeze page funnel, and this will just build out real quick, and that way you can kind of get a blueprint or a schematic of what it is that we're going to build. Okay, so as you can see here, you've got an opt-in page, a thank you page, and then there are a couple of emails that will go out just to make sure that people get the report that they're looking for, if you've got a report that you want to give people. And then one email that says, did you see this, right here, just as a reminder, again, just kind of what you would normally do in a sales process the old way, right? So it's the way that I used to do it. When I used to go door knocking and show up unannounced with no appointments, this would be the process that I would be following, right? I would show up, present, hopefully, and if I did, then I would call and follow up. All that's going to be taken care of here today, because that will be automated in this sales process. Then, as you can see, the second email says, did you see this? It'll allow people inside that email to click a link and then be able to download what they should have downloaded the first time that they subscribed or opted into your funnel. And then, of course, there is the high value content page, and that's where you can put some kind of a video sales letter presentation. Again, whatever you would have done previously face-to-face with people, you can record yourself. You can literally just grab your iPhone and record yourself and do your presentation and do it belly to belly. But of course, it's now going to be automated. So the idea is that people can give you their email address in exchange for this value. You now, with that email address and even more information, but usually in the very beginning, just an email address, can follow up. They say that the fortune is in the follow-up. And I talk about that a lot with my 6, 7, and 8-figure clients that are trying to take their offline business, products and services, usually high ticket, and bring them online. And so they often think, well, when I make the presentation, people should be signing up right away. And yeah, maybe 5% will, but really the lion's share is going to be in the back end. So the follow-up is really where you're going to make the lion's share of your sales. So the fortune really is in the follow-up. So that's why getting someone's email is so critical. Not asking really for more than an email in the beginning, okay? And I'll show you that in a minute. But asking for that email so that you can follow up with them and then get them to the content. So this is kind of what we're going to be working with here. And so I'm going to build this inside of ClickFunnels. And what I'm going to do here in this particular one, although I've got, I can collect emails, I can sell your product or host a webinar. Hosting a webinar definitely would be great for high ticket products, usually that are going to be anywhere from $500 to $1,000 or more. I would say probably $1,000. You see a lot of these courses and so forth for $997. And so webinars are great because they're going to be 60 to 90 minutes of explanation, something that you would do, again, face-to-face with somebody in a presentation you no longer have to do because you can just record yourself doing that. I personally use Russell Brunson's perfect webinar script. I write that. I'm the guy who often writes the scripts for the 6, 7, and 8 figure earners within ClickFunnels. I'll be writing their perfect webinar script for them. And so I'm kind of the guy behind the scenes that does that. And then I'll usually build out a webinar funnel that will deliver this presentation. So, but for today's video, I'm not going to do the webinar funnel. What I'm going to do is just do the collect emails, and we're going to choose that one for now. So we're just going to, and again, you can use a video sales letter that might be, maybe it won't be 60 to 90 minutes. It might be 30 to 45 minutes, maybe even 25 minutes, sometimes even less than that. And the idea is just to, maybe your idea is just to get them on a phone call so that you can then present more, but you've at least got them pre-qualified. They've learned a little bit about you, enough to where they've watched 15, 25, 45 minutes of you, and they've gotten the sense of, do I want to talk to this person or do I not want to talk to this person? If they do, then what they're going to do is click a button and then go fill out an application and let you know about them so that you now have an idea of what they're looking for, if you can even help them. And when you jump on the call, you're going to have, that leg up. You'll know how to, what to focus in on in the conversation, and they'll already have a pretty good idea of you. So we're going to just call this a consultant funnel. Again, this will work for consulting. Really no matter what you consult with, right? If you're a consultant, usually you're an expert, or you should be an expert, and you're an expert in something, and you know how to get some kind of result for somebody that they want. And so whether you're a realtor that sells houses and you need to consult your buyers or your sellers on what it is that you do, or maybe you are a marketing agency and you've got some kind of a skill set, whatever it is, that's what this funnel is going to be meant to do. Okay, and so as you can see, I've got some templates here. I'm just going to pick this template here, and I've got to say what works the best is the least amount. All right, so here you can see there are just 2 pages. Again, less is more. I've got an opt-in page and a thank you page. All right, so the opt-in page is going to be where I am going to give my hook, story, and offer. So you want those 3 ingredients. A hook is what's going to stop the scroll, or in this case, once they've arrived at your funnel, get them to read the next sentence, which is the story. And the story is just going to be, as you can see here, let's get to this page. All right, so you can see that you've got a market call out up here. It says attention, and then you would just insert your market call out. And then here you've got your headline using a couple of different fonts, so that way it creates a pattern interrupt. It just makes the brain kind of see something different and not fall asleep on you. And then you've got the story, which is down here. Now, if you notice, it's just really 2 sentences. So the story is not some long story, but what it's doing is amplifying the headline above. So the headline above is like when you think about when you're going into, it's kind of like when you're going to a grocery store and you look off to your left or right and you see the magazines, probably your left when you're going into the cashier's spot, and you'll see a rack of magazines, and you'll notice that there are 3-4 word headlines. 7 ways to lose belly fat in 9 days, whatever. I mean, I'm making that up. That's going to be your headline, and then below that, you'll usually see something that will get you to get a little bit more about why you should open up this magazine, or ideally why you should buy the magazine from them. So that's what this is doing. This is going to be your headline. This story, quote unquote, of 2 sentences, but a little bit more elaborate, is going to amplify the headline. And then there is a call to action. So this is your hook, story, and then the offer. So we say hook, story, offer. Offer is you're offering them to take some kind of an action. In this case, it's a big yellow button that says click the button. So this is what you're trying to create. And then I'm going to change this background here into something that I think is kind of cool. So again, if you'll just follow these steps, you'll see that this is very simple. It doesn't require you to hire a very expensive web designer. And frankly, it's ideal that you don't, because what this is meant to do is get somebody to do one thing on this page, one thing only. They can't go and get lost. If you'll notice, There's two buttons here, show me how, show me how. And when they click that, it's only going to do one thing. It's going to go to an opt-in form that you can see here. And that's it. Get your email address, right? Because remember, we're talking about capturing that email address. So that's all we're trying to do on this sales funnel, okay? So what I want to do is if I'm a consultant of some kind, I'm an expert, I want to be thinking of how I can do, how they can do, you can X and Y without Z. Maybe put some quotes on that. All right, so how you can do something X, how you can do something cool, how you can do something that you want. So if I'm a consultant and I'm trying to get you to opt in, I would say, hey, here's how you can do something X and how you can do something Y without something that you don't want to do. So if I was going to, let's say you were a realtor, or let's say you were any kind of an entrepreneur and you want to get more traffic and leads for your business. Well, I would first start out by calling you out. So I would say, just that way you knew where you were. There's also some more subtle ways of doing that in copywriting, but we won't get into that, where it doesn't, it's not immediately just screaming out your name, but this isn't a bad way to start. It's a great kind of beginner way or approach to do it. So you might target realtors or maybe investors, let's say real estate investors. And maybe I will scream at them in this particular case. So here's how you can, and then whatever that might be, right? So here's how you can do something cool, and plus something else cool, and then without something that is uncool. And I might underline that. And then all I'm going to do here is fill in the blanks here. So stop wasting your time with outdated approaches to some kind of a desired goal that they want, right? So maybe if they're a realtor, they're doing like I used to do, where I used to, as a realtor, I ended up doing pretty well, sold 3 to 5 homes a month. But to get there, I was having to cold call, door knock to complete strangers and try to get people to let me sell their house or buy with me. And it was absolutely miserable. But at that time, internet and ClickFunnels and all this kind of stuff was not cool. It didn't even exist. And so I had to do it kind of the old way. So if I was talking to the old Russell, I would say, here's how you can get more listings and more sales each month without cold call door knocking, right? That might be what I would say. Stop wasting your time with outdated approaches to getting listings or getting buyers. I'll show you a new and proven strategy for avoiding daily rejection and getting bigger paydays each month, right? That might be my big result. And then it would say here, show me how. So the hook, the story, and the offer. The offer in this case is to opt in, okay? Okay, so another way to do this or create a cool background is to use a free site called Pexels. Pexels.com, free site, and I can get photos or I can get videos. I'm gonna show you how to do it with videos. I think videos is cool. So if I'm a realtor, I wanna get more houses to list. So I might go house. Let me try home. Just kind of doing this on the fly, but I want to just give you that kind of an idea. Actually, let's type in realtor. And you can even do real estate agent here. And so whatever the end goal is for the realtor, right? So the realtor might want more listing appointments. Maybe this is the couple here and this is the realtor. So then let's say that was what I wanted. I wanted, the end result that I want is to have more sellers to work with, more clients. So that might be the video that I would choose. So I would download this video. And one thing we're going to do is come back over here to consultant. Let me just get rid of this background image so that the video will show up. So I'm just going to double click this, delete, and then I'll save. One little step I forgot, and then I'll just refresh. And then as you can see, now that I let it play in the background, it's kind of moving a little slow because I'm recording on top of a recording. But the idea is that you've got now this kind of background scene also telling the story, right? It's a story of a realtor in the background that is working with clients. In this case, it looks more like a realtor who's showing buyers a property. But you could argue that, it's the realtor walking with sellers, looking at their property and kind of going over it before they list it for sale. Anyway, it's a stretch. I'm making it up, but you get the idea. So it's you want this on a loop so that way it doesn't kind of black out like this. But again, I'm recording, so you get the idea. So what I've got is I've got a market call out, just to recap, for realtors or investors, and you can just leave it as one. There's really two buttons here, and that's it. And they go to the same place. So if I click show me how, it's just going to go here and ask for an email address. Asking for more than an email address can lower your opt-in rate up to 75%. And the reason is because somebody's for the first time appeared to your website. They don't know, like, or trust you yet. And so they're less likely to give you a lot of information about them until they do know, like, and trust you. So asking for their email first, and then on the second page, asking for a name, phone number, email, address, all that kind of stuff makes more sense. And even there, asking for too many things, I would say more than 3 or 4 things, is probably going to be too much. In fact, what I would recommend is to keep this video short and keep it simple. What I would recommend doing is having this email, once you get their email, what you can do within ClickFunnels is kind of cool, is have it automatically go to, if I go on general, click on the general thing there, it says on submit, go to. I would put like a Calendly link. So if you have Calendly.com or Tide Trading, anything like that, I would put, this would be Russell, I think it's DE, like that. Yeah. So Calendly / and then whatever your root or whatever that's called that goes here. For me, it's Russell.Delapena. That would then mean that when someone opts in, so they click on either of these buttons, right? They've read the hook, the story, and the offer, which is show me how to get some kind of result that we talked about earlier. They're automatically going to give me their email, and then upon submit, when they hit this yes, show me how button, right? So they type in their email address. When they hit the show me how button, it's going to automatically take them to my calendar. And that's probably going to be the smartest thing you can do. Although this funnel does have 2 steps, it's got that thank you page. There are some other ways to have it to where it says thank you first, and then it then redirects to your Calendly. But just to keep this really, really simple, I would say have it to where you go to the settings tab, click on general, and then on submit, when they click that yellow button there, right here says yes, show me how, have it go to your Calendly link. Keep it simple. Within Calendly, you can actually have people fill out information. If you say, hey, no, Russ, I definitely want to know X, Y, and Z before I speak to them, that'll work too. So that's a real simple way to do it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, smash the like button if this has brought you value. Be sure to subscribe. I'm going to be posting content like this, tutorials. Some are going to be short, some are going to be longer, but tutorials that are going to allow you to advance your business. Things that I do with my 6, 7, and 8-figure clients. So the ways that I can help you if you are looking for direct response copywriting, words that persuade complete strangers to buy your high ticket stuff or low ticket, whatever it is, and or building sales funnels like this to automate your sales process. That's the way that I can help you. So if you subscribe, you'll get all of the free content so you can do it on your own, or if you want to have me do it, I can do it for you. Hit the notification bell so that you'll get notified as I put out new content like this. And be sure to comment below this video and other videos when you've got questions or you want me to create new content that will help your business move forward. Okay, hope you've enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed making it for you, and I will see you in the next one.